love. Hey, so I know some of y'all probably like, where you been, sis? What you been doing? You was dropping videos consistently. Now you just fell off. So I'm here to tell y'all where I've been, what I've been doing, what's going on, what new done happened. I don't know, all of that. So yeah. So I'm gonna start off by saying, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and get in the comment section down below and tell your girl what y'all want to see next. Alright, so yeah, let's start it off, y'all. So on June the 1st, I had an incident, an accident, whatever you want to call it, but it basically led for me to go to the hospital. So I'm gonna take y'all from how my day started to how my day ended to the weeks after. So what happened was, I woke up that morning, and what's crazy is I remember everything I did like so vividly. It's crazy. But I woke up that morning. I woke up at 9:32. Don't ask me why I remember that. I don't know, but I do. So I woke up at 9:32, right? I had ate breakfast. I was doing some schoolwork because, you know, I had just my summer classes had really just started like a week or two before this, so I was trying to get my work turned in for that. So doing some work. Then I take a nap, right? So I told y'all I ate breakfast, right? Doing some work, took a nap. My nap lasted to like 3 something. So after 3 something, I decided that I was gonna go ahead and get in the shower because I had somewhere that I wanted to go and I had to do my hair. Well, redo my hair, kinda. But yeah, so I get in the shower. And if you're somebody like me, I like to take long, hot showers. And when I say hot, I mean hot, okay? So I got in the shower, taking me a good little shower, whatever. And so I had decided like to cut down on time, that I was actually going to detangle my hair while in the shower. So I started detangling my hair. I parted down the middle, you know, split it into two halves. Two halves. And I started detangling the right side. And so as I'm detangling the right side, I start to notice like I'm getting really hot. Like I'm extremely hot. Like I always take showers at this same temperature, so I'm not understanding like why am I so hot. So I'm getting hot. Then I start to feel like woozy or dizzy or something, right? So then I was like, maybe it's because I'm hot. So I decide I'm gonna cut on the cold water. So I cut on the cold water and it does not work at all. So now I'm panicking. And I don't know why I'm hot. I don't know why I'm feeling woozy, because I told y'all I've been taking long and hot showers since like forever. So basically what happened was I had cut the cold water on. It didn't work. So I proceeded to try to get out the shower to open the door to let some air in, right? I kid y'all not, this how it happened. I used my right hand to grab the towel off of the rack, right? I wrapped the towel around myself. I put my right foot out over the tub so that my foot could touch the floor. My right foot didn't even touch the floor. I fell face forward on the floor. And I forgot, let me backtrack. So I was getting a towel. I knew I was still feeling woozy. So before I fell, I knocked on the wall, because the way our house is set up, like my bathroom is connected to the front wall of my mom's room, if that makes sense. So it's like this the bathroom and this my mom's room, and then like this my mom's door, if that makes sense. So anyway, I'm knocking on the wall. So I hear her get up. By the time she got up, I was already on the floor. So I was on the floor, and y'all, I was having, well, now I know what it's called. I was having what's called a near syncope episode. So basically, near syncope is basically where you lose, it's a loss of blood flow to the brain. Now before y'all be like, oh my gosh, are you okay? I'm fine. Okay, that was the first time it ever happened, and I didn't know what to do. So I kid y'all not, I thought that I was going to die on my bathroom floor. I was sitting on the floor, and my mom had to come in, and she was trying to open the door, but like my body, well, not my, I'm saying it like I'm dead, but I was on the floor, like my body was in the way of the door, so she couldn't really open the door. So I had to try to move myself up against the wall so that she could open up the door to even come in to help me. That was too much right there. Like I ain't had the energy for all that. So then my mom trying to talk to me, and it's like I feel myself just losing consciousness. Like I'm just, my eyes rolling back in my head. It's like y'all know the old movies when they roll the film and it kind of like it kind of flicker, you know what I'm saying? It just be like, and then it just be like rolling. That's basically how my eyes was. It was like I was just in and out. So anyway, she was on the phone with 911. Now don't get me wrong, 911 is very helpful, and I understand that they have to do their job. Okay, I understand that. Y'all ask too many questions, because if, let's just say for instance, if that was my last day, when 911 asking all them questions, I would have been dead. If the situation was any more, even a little bit worse than what it was, fooling around with 911, I wouldn't have made it. Because the lady on the phone asking all these questions, right? Now I understand, you know, certain questions they have to ask about, like, you know, what happened, where are you hurting, you know, are they conscious, things like that, right? I know they have to ask the background questions too, like name, birthday, address, things of that nature. But to me, I felt like she was asking unnecessary questions. Like, she was asking about an inhaler, because I do have asthma, but it's not, my asthma hasn't acted up in years. She was asking about an inhaler. She was asking about a nebula. Ma'am, I'm literally losing consciousness while on the floor, while bleeding out at the same time. Now, the bleeding out part, no, I did not hit my head. That's what they told me. Because when I got, I'm a fast, well, I'm not going to fast forward, but I'm going to give y'all a little background before I go to the next part. They told me I didn't have a concussion, so I didn't hit my head, if you're wondering why I was bleeding out. If you are a female, you know. If you're a guy with sisters, you know. If you don't know, then you just not gonna know right now, okay? But yeah, anyway, so had all that going on. Now, for those of you who know me, or for those of you who follow me on social media, you know that my mom is a cancer patient, okay? So it's like, for her to have to muscle up her energy and strength to try to get me up, and she was trying to put clothes on me and stuff before EMS got there, it was a bad day. It was just a bad day. So anyway, fast forward. So EMS finally gets here. And I say finally because my mom had time to put clothes on me. I had time to get my phone and charge my phone, because I didn't want to go to the hospital with a dead phone in case they kept me. Even though I tried to pack my charger and stuff. I had time to, she had time to move me from my bathroom floor into her room on her bed. And she had time to go downstairs, get the water, and try to get me something to eat to come back up. But I couldn't eat or drink anything. So EMS finally came. Now when EMS got here, they did my what is it called? They basically checked like my oxygen levels and stuff like that. And she was like, oh, it's at 98%. So basically what she was saying was like, anything above 90, she's fine. But when I was on the floor, my chest felt like it was tightening up, and I couldn't breathe. Like, maybe I was having a panic attack. I don't know. I never really had a panic attack before to know like how to identify a panic attack, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I don't know, but my chest, listen, baby, that chest was tight, okay? When you ever feel like you can't breathe, if you've ever felt like you couldn't breathe and felt like you was about to die at the same time, that's scary. And I felt like what she was telling me was irrelevant right then and there. Like, I'm trying to go to the hospital. Y'all taking too long. So my mom was explaining to them what happened, right? And the EMS, it was two ladies. The EMS ladies was telling her basically, you know, with my mom being a cancer patient, it's not the best decision to take me to the hospital. Now, what I want y'all to understand is I love my mom very dearly. I love her life very dearly. But I'm the one whose chest is tight, who's going in and out of consciousness, and who was just on the floor thinking she was about to die, okay? Take me to the hospital. She don't gotta go, okay? I'll call her, I'll put her on the forms and all of that so they can update her. But the lady was like, I was fine. She told my mom that I was fine. Ain't no way. I'm fine. I literally just fell, almost got a concussion, in and out of consciousness, and my chest is tight. Fine where? So anyway, fast forward, they basically told us that I didn't need to go to the hospital. I need to go to what's called urgent care, which is across the street from the hospital. Okay, cool. So I'm in the car. At this point, I'm conscious. Like, I'm not gonna say I can't talk, but I wasn't talking. I was just like looking around, but I was still out of it. So, get to urgent care. Mom goes to the door and talking to the nurse, explaining the whole situation. Urgent care tells me and my mother that there's nothing that they can do for me. So that I have to go to the hospital, which all of this could have been avoided if EMS would have just took me when we called them, instead of telling me that I was fine and to go to urgent care. Like, you're playing with somebody's life, okay? I already felt like I was about to die that day. Then on top of that, y'all giving me the runaround. I don't got time. So, anyway, I get to the hospital. I get checked in or whatever, fill out all the forms and stuff like that. My incident happened at 3:58 p.m. EMS got here like 4:15. As soon as EMS helped me downstairs and helped me to get in my mom's car so she could take me to urgent care. That's about 4:20. Leaving urgent care to go, after my mom explained the situation, to go across the street. That's at 4:30. I signed my paperwork at 4:31, right? So technically, I got checked in at 4:31, and now I'm at the hospital, okay? Remember this time, 4:31. So, I'm sitting in a waiting area for like an hour. I felt like my situation was an emergency, considering I came to the emergency side of the hospital instead of going to the main parts. So anyway, I go into the hospital and I'm sitting there. They put me in a wheelchair because y'all, I promise y'all, I couldn't walk. I wasn't faking. I wasn't feeling it. I couldn't do it. Like, even when they gave me well, I'm gonna explain it in a minute. So I get to the hospital, check me in. I'm sitting there for like an hour. So now we're at like 5:30, 5:31, 5:35, somewhere in there. I finally get called, not to the back, but to the pre area. You know, like where they check your blood pressure, check your oxygen, check your temperature. They ask you the questions about what happened and all of that. Mind y'all, I'm still out of it, okay? I'm here, but I'm not here, if that makes sense. So the lady asking me questions, and I'm just like, she was asking me, did I hit my head and this, that. Girl, I don't know, okay? Y'all need to check me out, like, now, okay? Like, for real. So anyway, she do all of that. and they sent me back to the waiting area of the emergency room. Okay, so then what I told y'all, 5:35. So 5:35, right? 2 more hours. Well, no, let me backtrack. An hour go by, and this nurse walks up to me and was like, "You're Miss Love?" And I'm like, "Yes." And so she was like, "Hi, I'm gonna be your nurse." I've never known anybody to have a nurse while in the waiting area of an emergency room. Okay, I don't know if that's a new thing, because I used to go to the hospital frequently. Okay, I don't ever remember that happening. Okay, but she was the sweetest lady out of the whole hospital, and I wish I knew her name. And I couldn't even thank her because she went on break like 30 minutes before. Well, she might have got off, I don't know, I'm saying break because I think that's what she went on. But anyway, she was gone before I even got took back or anything, so I couldn't thank her. But if she ever see this video, I appreciate you, okay, because you were the only person besides my mother that was nice and keeping me sane while in the hospital. So y'all, she came, she was like, we're gonna have to do a little it's called an EKG. So I had to do a EKG. Yeah, I think that's what it's called. They basically put the little patches on you. I'm gonna insert a picture right here. So anyway, I did the EKG or whatever, and she was explaining that to me, and she was being really nice. She was being gentle and very caring. And then she had took me back out, and she was telling me about how I'm gonna have to basically do like a pee test or whatever. So I told her, I didn't have to pee at the moment because, like I told y'all, I ate breakfast. Y'all didn't hear me say I ate lunch. Y'all didn't hear me say I had a snack. So I hadn't eaten anything, hadn't drinking anything. My plan was, once I got out the shower, I was going to go fix me something to eat, and then I was going to come back and do some more of my homework for school. Didn't happen, didn't go as planned at all. So anyway, I told her I didn't have to go. She was like, okay, just hold on to the cup, when you're ready, let me know what we can assist you. Y'all, 2 hours go by, I still didn't have to go. Like, I didn't. So they was like, can you try? So I'm like, okay. So the nurse had to come help me in the bathroom, her and my mom, because, like I told y'all, my legs, they was noodles. I couldn't do nothing. So after they helped me into the bathroom, I did the little pee test or whatever, and I handed it to the nurse so that they could do whatever they do with it, right? So that was 2 hours later. So we're gonna say that was like 7:35, because I told y'all 5:35. Yeah, 7:35. So after that, I'm back in the waiting room. So it's been 3 hours since I've gotten to the hospital that nobody's really checked on me or helped me. I told y'all what happened, and it's like, I felt like in my situation, y'all may disagree or whatever, but I felt like, well, the situation that I had just told y'all that happened, and what possibly could have happened as far as me hitting my head, getting a concussion or anything, I feel like the pace of me going through the hospital and trying to get checked out should have been faster. That's just my opinion. I mean, because who comes into the emergency room and has to wait for over 3 hours to figure out if they're okay? I couldn't remember if I hit my head, so I could have possibly had a concussion or brain damage, brain trauma, something like that. Then on top of that, my chest was killing me. So I don't know if it was something wrong with my heart or my lungs. You get what I'm saying? So it was just like, I feel like the process should have been a lot faster. But yeah, anyway, so then it comes to like 8 o'clock, right? So they finally called me back there. My mom had left. Well, she didn't leave. She was still at the hospital, but she was in a car because she hadn't eaten either. So she had her friend bring her something to eat, and she has to eat in the car. Because, you can't really eat in the hospital without a mask. Yeah. So anyway, she eating in a car, and they finally called me back. So I tell her, I was like, they called me back or whatever, right? So I have a little hope now. I'm like, okay, well, it ain't been all day that I've been here, so they did finally call me back. So y'all, I'm thinking that because they called me back, it's gonna be swift. I'm gonna figure out what's wrong and get this over with. No. What happened was, I went to the back. They didn't even put me in the hospital room. They put me in what's called a laboratory room. And I know laboratory is another word for the bathroom, but that's not what it was. So it was basically like an exam room. Exam room? Is that what I'm trying to say? Like, you know how y'all go see y'all doctor for y'all checkup, and it's like a it's not really a bed in there. It's like a little, it's like some chairs or something. Basically, that's where they put me at. Anyway, so I'm in there. I'm thinking, okay, the doctor finna come in. My stomach was killing me, and one, because I hadn't eaten. Two, because it was that time of the month. Three, because my nerves was shot. My nerves was really bad. So I finally get to the back. You know, I'm waiting in the little room they put me in. Another hour goes by before the doctor comes, and then when the person, what I thought was my doctor came in the room, she was like, "Hi, are you such and such?" And I'm like, "No." And she was like, "Okay, sorry, wrong room." So not only did the wrong doctor come in my room, my doctor hasn't come yet. And my other nurse that I was told I was gonna have, because the other lady, you know, went on break or she left or whatever, she never checked on me. So my mom was like, "Well, press the button and call them and see if they can do something," because I told y'all my stomach was hurting. I hadn't eaten, and I felt myself like I was finna throw up, and I was already not feeling well, and then that just made it worse because I hadn't eaten. So I was getting a headache, and I was just throwing even more stuff off. So basically, I went in there, pressed the button, I'm talking to the nurse. She's like, "Okay, come in." She didn't come for like 15 minutes, which made me mad, because it's like, I feel like when you press the button for the nurse to come, that means you need them right then and there. I'm not just pressing the button just to press the button. So she took what I felt like was forever to come, because I'm already in pain. I'm not feeling well. My nerves is shot. I'm stressing. All this stuff. So she finally come in, and I'm like, "Can I get something to eat, drink? Can I get some ice chips?" Y'all know like how a hospital ice be. I was like, "Can I get some ice chips, some water, something?" She's like, "No, we can't give you anything till the doctor comes." Really? So I'm like, "Okay, thank you." I told my mom. My mom was like, "Okay, well, we just gotta wait for the doctor." Mind you, my mom's still in the car. She been in the car for almost an hour, almost 2 hours. So then the doctor finally come. So then she was like, "Hey, how you doing?" Da, da, da. So I was telling her everything, and she was like, "Well, there's nothing wrong with your urine test. You don't have any infections or anything." I'm like, "Girl, I already know that." So then she was like, "Well, in your, I had glucose in my blood, but not my urine, or in my urine, but not my blood. No, I think it was my blood, but not my urine." So I'm like, "Okay, what does that mean?" So she really didn't explain clearly what that meant, but from what I researched, it basically has to do with diabetes, okay? That's what I'm getting to. So anyway, I really want to get out of the hospital. I don't like hospitals, just for personal reasons of my mom and other people that I've had to visit there in certain situations. So I hate the hospital. So the faster I get out, the better I will feel. So she just talking. Y'all, she didn't even really check me out. Like, she didn't look at my ear, ain't look at my tongue, my neck. She didn't even, you know how your doctor's supposed to put like they thumbs on your head or whatever to test to see if it hurt or something. She didn't do none of that. The thing she did was check me she did a concussion test. So basically, she just told me to lift up my arms and legs, and like do this arm but my left leg, and then do my left hand but my right leg. So yeah, that's all she did. And then the nurse that I had, the one I was telling you about that before she went on break or whatever, she was telling me how I was supposed to get x-rays because they wasn't sure, and me and my mom wasn't sure if I had hit my head or not. So even though you do a concussion test, you might not have a concussion, but you might have other brain injuries or whatever. Never got the x-rays done. Doctor never ordered the x-rays. She let me go home. She just gave me some paperwork and told me to follow up with the doctors on the paper. So really, I didn't know what was wrong with me. Well, only thing I won't say I didn't know. That's how I found out that I had what's called near near syncope. I was calling it near syncope. I didn't know what it was called, but that's how I found out I have what's called near syncope, which is basically a loss of blood flow to the brain, like I said. And with that, you can have episodes. So that was my first episode. I haven't had one since then, but when I was researching about it, some people have an episode every day or every month or like 3 times out the year, but the problem is you don't know when they're coming. That's the scary part. It could come while you're driving, it could come while you're in the shower, it could come while you're in a pool, while you're at a barbecue, you know what I'm saying? You don't know when it's coming or what's going to happen. So yeah, but I've been doing pretty good. So then I did follow up with one of the doctors. She's now my primary health doctor, and I love her because she's not just a doctor. She's like a parent. And when I say that, I mean, like, you know, some doctors you just go to and they just tell you what's wrong with you, but she really helps me to understand like what it is that I have, different ways and things that I can do. Like, she speaks to me, like she not only speaks to me mentally, but she speaks to my soul. Like, she nourishes my soul with what she's saying, because we had a whole conversation about how, you know, I don't want to live with this forever. Luckily, okay, so let me come out and tell y'all, yes, I am a 19-year-old diabetic. I know there's not nothing to celebrate, but I celebrate it simply because it's better than what I thought it was. You know what I'm saying? When I was on that floor, I thought I was about to die. So I'm not dead. I'm still here. Even though, you know, I now have I guess you would call it an illness or whatever. Like, it's not stopping me. It just changed my life a little bit. And honestly, it's been helping me. But yeah, so I'm a 19-year-old diabetic. Crazy thing is, this happened on June 1st. My birthday is on June 27th. Cancer gang, period. Anyway, so it was like, it's crazy because it's like at the start of my birthday month, this what happened. Like, really, I start off a new month and this is what happens to me. So yeah, but I'm not sad about it. It doesn't get me down. It doesn't make me feel bad. It just shows me that honestly, my life is worth it. Before I found out I was a diabetic, I was going to school. I had stayed on campus, you know, with whole corona stuff. I ain't been in school since March. Well, online, but not physically. So anyway, when I was in school, I didn't have time for anything else, if that makes sense. It was just work and school. Work and school. I didn't really do too much more than that. And I would go to work so much because at my job, we could only work a max of 19 hours. Now, you're probably looking like 19 hours a week, or what is that? Exactly, because some people work a minimum of 30 a week. But no, the max amount we got to work was 19. So because I was trying to get my money up, I was working like, I would go to work every day, but some days I would stay longer. So like Mondays, we open from 8 a.m. to 7. So I would do like 2 shifts on Mondays. Like, I would go in from 8 a.m. to 12, and then I'll go to class, and then I'll be in there from like 3 to 7 at night, and then the cab closed at 7:45. So I was leaving work at 7, trying to really almost run across campus to make it to the cab before they close to get something to eat, then trying to hurry up and eat that and leave to take the walk back to my dorm. Y'all, honestly, to me, this illness was a blessing. You know, honestly, it clarified a lot of things in life for me. It got me to sit down. It got me to slow down. It got me to not stress about a lot of things. It got me to let a lot of things go. It led me to a healthier lifestyle. I'm losing weight. Like, I went from being 205 to now I'm below 180. I'm 178 right now. So, woo, congratulations for me. But yeah, I mean, having this, it was an eye-opener. But it's not like that for everybody. But for me, yeah, you know how they say God, you know, it be a blessing in disguise. I really think diabetes was a blessing in disguise for me. Because honestly, it changed my life for the better. I'm not ripping and running every day. I do what I can when I can. I'm eating better. I'm feeling better. I'm looking better. Y'all see this glow? Like, this ain't even no shea butter or nothing on my skin. Like, this is natural face. I don't really wear makeup, so this ain't, y'all ain't finna see none of that. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy with it. Some people might feel bad for me, being that I have near syncope and diabetes, but it's like the near syncope part, I'm not stressing about it as much as I was, because I only had one episode so far, and I feel like changing my eating habits and the way I do things has really helped me to not have another episode. So it's like, I'm doing fine. I'm okay with it. So yeah, if you like this update, I guess you call this a life update. If you like this life update or story time about what's been going on, what's been happening, then don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and get in the comment section down below and tell your girl what you want to see next. All right, bye.